Welcome to your English Toolbox, your slow English podcast where we train your ears step by step. I am Peter. Today we are entering a space of deep focus to practice the art of thinking for yourself. Our aim is to move from a life of mental autopilot to a life of conscious choice. This shadowing episode is designed to help you internalize the most powerful ideas from Thibaut Maurice. Please breathe deeply and repeat each sentence after me during the silence. Most people spend their lives following an invisible script. We often repeat opinions that are not truly our own. Our environment designs our thinking before we are even aware of it. To think for yourself, you must first observe your own mind. Your brain is like a computer with software you did not choose. Society rewards those who fit in and punishes those who differ. We are often more afraid of being wrong in public than being wrong in private. True freedom begins when you stop asking for permission to think. It takes courage to look at the path the crowd is taking. It takes even more courage to turn around and walk away. You are allowed to question the traditions of your culture. Your mind is a territory that belongs only to you. Awareness is the light that reveals the chains of groupthink. We must learn to distinguish between what is popular and what is true. Today, you are becoming the architect of your own beliefs. Let us consider what we have learned so far. We have identified that we often live on autopilot and that awareness is our first tool for escape. We are now ready to look at how social pressure affects our logic. Part 2. The trap of groupthink. We are biologically wired to seek the approval of others. In ancient times, being rejected meant certain death. This is why social pressure feels like a physical threat today. Groupthink happens when we value harmony over the truth. We stay silent because we do not want to stand out. Pluralistic ignorance is when everyone disagrees, but no one speaks. Do not assume that the majority has a better answer than you. History shows us that the masses are often led by emotion. You do not need to be a rebel to be an independent thinker. You only need to be honest about what your own eyes see. The crowd is a tide that will wash away your identity if you let it. We must build a mental core that is resistant to social proof. Just because many people believe a thing does not make it so. Courage is the willingness to be the only person in the room who is right. Your logic should be your only compass in a storm of opinions. In this second section, we have learned why the crowd feels so safe. We understand that groupthink is a survival instinct we must learn to manage. Now, let us explore the filters that distort our daily reality. Part 3. Filters and cognitive biases. Confirmation bias is the filter that only lets in what we like. We look for evidence that proves we are already correct. This bias makes us blind to the complexity of the real world. To think for yourself, you must actively seek the opposite view. Ask yourself how you might be wrong about your deepest beliefs. The availability heuristic makes us fear things that are rare but dramatic. We give too much weight to news that is easy to remember. Your emotions are not reliable indicators of historical truth. We must look at the data before we react to the drama. Your mind has many windows, but you often look out of only one. Independence is the act of walking to a different window. Do not let your ego protect an idea that is no longer useful. Treat your thoughts like tools that you can change at any time. If a thought makes you less free, it is a broken tool. You are the master of your thoughts and not their servant. We have just considered the internal filters that hide the truth from us. We have learned that being right is less important than seeing the truth. Let us now move toward the foundation of first principles. Part 4. The logic of first principles. Most people think by analogy, by copying what others have done. Thinking by analogy is efficient, but it prevents real innovation. First principles. Thinking means breaking an idea down to the basics.
Are you really buying a car online on AutoTrader right now?
Really?
At a playground?
Yeah, really. Look at these listings from dealers.
Wow, your search can really get that specific.
Really?
And you just put in your info and boom, car's in your budget.
Mom needs a second, honey.
You can really have it delivered?
Really. Or I can pick it up at the dealership. One sec, sweetie. Mommy's buying a car.
Mommy, look!
I think your kid is walking up the slide.
Kyle, again? Really?
AutoTrader. Buy your car online. Really?
You stopped waiting for permission and started building yourself, your dreams, your credit. Experian Boost could turn your on-time payments into instant FICO score gains. Every bill you paid could become proof of your power. Self-made? Absolutely. Self-funded? Experian could help you get there. Download the Experian app today. Results will vary. Not all payments are Boost eligible. Some may not see improved scores or approval odds. Not all lenders use credit information impacted by Experian Boost. See Experian.com for details.
Experian. You must ask what is absolutely true without any assumptions. Common sense is often just a collection of popular mistakes. If you want a different result, you must start with a different foundation. Rules are often just suggestions made by people who are also afraid. Do not be afraid to deconstruct the reality you were given. When you find the truth, you can build anything you want. This process requires deep work and intense mental energy. It is easier to follow the recipe than to understand the chemistry. But the person who understands the chemistry can create new recipes. Intellectual independence is a muscle that grows with exercise. Every time you ask why you are doing the work of a thinker, never accept A, because that is based only on tradition. In this section, we learned how to build our own logical structures. We are learning to stop imitating and start innovating our own lives. Now we focus on how to protect the garden of our mind. Part 5. Curating the mental information. Your mind becomes exactly what you feed it every day. If you consume digital weeds, you will not grow mental roses. An information diet is the key to protecting your focus. Most news is designed to keep you in a state of reaction. A reacting mind cannot think independently because it is always distracted. Choose long books over short videos to train your attention. Choose slow conversations over fast and angry debates. Solitude is the necessary school for an independent thinker. In silence, you can finally hear the sound of your own voice. Many people use noise to escape the truth of their own lives. Do not be afraid of the quiet space within you. Meditation and journaling are tools for mental digestion. You must process what you learn before it becomes part of you. Protect your morning hours from the influence of the internet. Start your day with your own thoughts and not with those of a stranger. we have considered how to guard our focus and our environment, we know that solitude is a gift, and that silence is where clarity lives. Let us now consider the danger of the expert trap. Part 6. Humility and the expert trap. Intellectual humility is the admission that you do not know everything. The more you know, the more you see the limits of your knowledge. Do not outsource your common sense to people with titles. An expert can be wrong just like anyone else. Listen to advice, but never let it be the final word. You are the only true expert on the life you are living. Do not be afraid to ask simple questions to complex people. Simple questions often reveal the holes in a bad argument. The fear of looking stupid is the greatest barrier to learning. If you are afraid to ask, you will never truly understand. Real wisdom is found in the willingness to be a beginner. Be suspicious of any idea that requires you to stop thinking. Your intellectual integrity is more valuable than your social status. It is better to have a few true ideas than 1,000 borrowed ones. Stay curious and keep your mind open, but stay guarded. We have just explored how humility protects us from following experts blindly. We have learned that the path of the thinker is one of constant questioning. Now we reach our final set of sentences about your personal values. Part 7. Designing your operating system. Your personal values are the foundation of your operating system. If you do not choose your values, the world will choose them for you. Write down what matters most to you in this life. Let your values be the filter for every decision you make. Freedom is the result of acting according to your own nature. You are not a slave to the circumstances of your birth. Every original thought is a brick in the house of your freedom. The journey of thinking for yourself has no final destination. It is a daily practice of waking up and choosing the truth. You are finally the master of your own mental domain. We have now completed our 100 sentences for this journey. We have traveled from the awareness of the script to the design of our own values. We have learned that groupthink is a natural trap. We can escape through logic and first principles. We have understood that solitude and a careful information diet protect our clarity. Finally, we see that intellectual humility and personal values are our ultimate guards. Thinking for yourself is the most difficult and rewarding work you will ever do. Thank you for sharing this quiet space with me today. I am Peter. Goodbye, friends. The end.
You stopped waiting for permission and started building yourself, your dreams, your credit. Experian Boost could turn your on-time payments into instant FICO score gains. Every bill you paid could become proof of your power. Self-made? Absolutely. Self-funded? Experian could help you get there. Download the Experian app today. Results will vary. Not all payments are Boost eligible. Some may not see improved scores or approval odds. Not all lenders use credit information impacted by Experian Boost. See Experian.com for details.
Experian.